On the Business Courier front page centerpiece this week, statistics prove it. Americans love to drive. We logged a record 3.1 trillion miles in 2015. That prompted the Business Courier to take a look at life on Cincinnati's busy roads. Last fall, for the first time in a decade, Congress enacted a comprehensive 5-year law authorizing $280 billion for roads, bridges, buses, rail, and other transportation needs. The new data highlights the growing demand facing our nation's roads. But don't expect to see an influx of new highway construction projects anytime soon. As roads and bridges continue to deteriorate, governments at all levels are struggling to pay for maintenance and upkeep, not to mention investments in new projects. For example, a spokesman for the Ohio Department of Transportation says 93% of highway spending in our region is allocated to keeping existing roads in good shape, rather than adding more capacity. The centerpiece story breaks down a lot of interesting stats, including fuel prices, up from $1.08 for regular gas in 1994 to $3.17 in 2014. And annual delays during peak travel times, nearly doubling from just over 21 hours in 1994 to 41 hours in 2014. Business Courier editor Rob Dahlmeyer joins Business Watch producer Kelly Leon in the studio with more on what the Courier's highway study found. Rob, Kelly.
Thanks, Allie. Rob, fun story.
Yeah.
Lots of great graphics. Why did you guys take this on as a centerpiece?
Well, we took it on because if you're on the roads around here, and who isn't, I mean, you know that things are just getting worse. The Brent Spence Bridge is getting worse. The delays are getting worse. You showed a graphic there that shows that. And we spend a lot more time on the roads, frankly, sometimes just sitting on the roads, than any of us really think about it. And we felt like it was such a giant part of our economy, and not necessarily in a good way, that we wanted to really stop and highlight it.
Yeah. So lots of interesting things there. Allie mentioned the fuel prices, which have tripled.
Tripled over the last 20 years.
But interestingly enough, the taxes have not.
Correct. So that is the big, if you've ever been to Europe and you've seen the great trains they have over there, and China's building their own amazing trains, and then you think about Amtrak. Don't think too hard about Amtrak because it'll make you cry. One of the reasons that we don't have a great train system is because our taxes on gas are 18 cents a gallon, and that's unchanged over the last 10 years. Just, they won't raise it at all. And because of that, gas prices in the United States are far cheaper than they are in Europe and other parts of the world, which then leads to more train traffic, which is better for the environment and not really a bad way to go if you've ever been on a good one. This country is a car country, and one of the reasons it is because our gas taxes are minuscule, 18 cents federal taxes on gas instead of a couple dollars in Europe. Yeah,
and I thought the delays, which Allie pointed out too, are really interesting. I mean, I know when it rains, I am not getting on 71 because of, and so to put a time on those delays is really interesting.
Yeah, you know, something that a lot of employers are actually becoming a lot more flexible about. You talk about flex hours if you have a kid, or flex hours if you've got another situation. Well, there's flex hours now because of traffic, and that's something we just never saw in the city before.
Interesting.
Like, people actually are changing their hours so that they can get out of downtown, for instance, before 4 o'clock, and it saves them 45 minutes of just sitting on the road.
Yeah, and at a time when we want people to, or the city wants people to stay downtown.
Right.
That's quite a conflict. Well, great information. Encourage people to get the print edition so they can see all those great graphics that you've created, and just lots of I want to say fun stuff, but fun graphics.
It was eye-opening as well.
Eye-opening kind of interesting stuff. So.